Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so this is my shortwave radio from 1953. Today, I'm going to be showing it off and using it a little bit while I, talk to you guys about this radio and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? But before I go ahead and just hop into using it and everything like that, I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an overview as to what this shortwave radio from 1953 actually is. As you guys can see right here, it is a Hallicrafters radio. This is an S-38C, which was produced between 1953 and 1955. I do want to say, while I don't know the exact year of this radio, just right off the top of my head or anything like that, and actually I don't know the exact year of this radio at all, I gotta play on, so I'm just gonna say it's a 1953 model because that's the oldest year and that sounds pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? Overall though, that's the radio. It has 5 tubes on the inside. I don't know any of the other mechanical specifications or anything like that. I'm not a shortwave radio person, but I own this and I really do enjoy it. Now, how did I obtain this radio? This was actually a gift from my grandfather for my high school graduation and everything like that kind of thing. And at the time, I was a little bit puzzled, but since he gave it to me and everything like that kind of thing, I honestly really started just messing around with it and enjoying it a lot more than I did when he first gave it to me and everything like that kind of thing. So I gotta give him a shout out kind of thing. Grandpa, thank you very much for the radio, you know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints on my behalf. It certainly is pretty cool and I certainly do enjoy messing around with it. And I definitely do want to make a project of it in the future where I take it apart and I completely restore everything about it and everything like that kind of thing, and I just make it work perfectly, because it definitely does not work perfectly right now, that is for sure. There are definitely some parts on the inside that need to be replaced, but I don't have the mechanical know-how to do that at the moment, so I'll have to do a lot of research, and then after that, maybe I can do it, you know what I'm saying? But I do think without further ado though, now that I've gone ahead and give you guys an overview as to what this radio is, as said, it's a Hallicrafters S-38C from 1953 to 1955, you know what I'm saying? I do think without further ado, it is now time for me to go ahead and turn the radio all on and go ahead and just start messing around with it just a little bit and see if I can tune into some Russian propaganda radio, you know what I'm saying? But I do think without further ado though, let's go ahead and just turn it on. So there we go. It takes just a minute to warm up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and bump it up to the loudest setting, just so I can make sure that you guys can hear it and everything like that kind of thing. And let's just go ahead and start flipping over to the different channels. Now this is the band spread right here, and I wanna say these are the different channels. So we got like amateur up here and everything like that kind of thing, and I can flip over to different bandwidths, like that kind of thing. So I can just flip over to the different bandwidths, and so now I'm on number 1. And I'm actually just going to turn it down a little bit. That is very loud, you know what I'm saying? I'm very thankful that the speaker works, but it certainly can be a little bit loud, that is for sure. But I'm just going to mess around on bandwidth number 1 for the moment, just see if I can figure out where. There we go.
It's not come back as lively as an area like Glenwood South, for instance.
I have no clue what this is.
People back downtown and helping supporting our businesses.
Social district will operate 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Is this local news? This might be local news. I really have no clue. Let's see if I can come through smoother, because there we go. Well, it was working there for a minute. Let's see if I can go ahead and bring it back. It was working there for a minute, but not so much anymore. Let's just go ahead and turn down the volume just a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? And let's go ahead and just continue flipping the channels and everything like that. See if I can find something else, you know what I'm saying? There we go. No other channels so far. I'm just going to go and switch the bandwidth real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of moving parts, but it's the same.
Still nothing. Still nothing. What a shame. I'm still not finding anything. Well, we found one. We found one radio station. gonna turn it down just a little bit more. That is so loud. I gotta pull out so loud, just so much stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? I love using it, but finding a radio station where this actually wants to tune into properly and everything like that kind of thing can certainly be a little bit difficult, and that's why I think, and all the popping and everything like that kind of thing, I heard that all the popping and everything like that, that's like a part that needs to be replaced and stuff like that, but you have to solder. I know how to solder, I'm just not very good at it kind of thing. I need to practice before I actually work on a radio from 1953. I really don't want to break this. It is quite literally an antique, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and just continue seeing if I can actually find any more radio stations and everything like that kind of thing. Because as said, I want to try to find some Russian propaganda, you know what I'm saying? And I have actually tuned into a radio station from, I'm pretty sure, China before, which is crazy because this doesn't have an antenna. This is just using its internal antenna to find stuff. There is no antenna. Although if I hooked my Suburban up to this as an antenna, it would actually work as an antenna. So maybe I should have done that. That would certainly be a pretty funny video, that is for sure. But let's go ahead and just switch this. And I'm just going to go and turn it up a little bit and see if I can find. It's getting something. Nothing on number 3. I want to say number 3 is amateur ham radio, I want to say, which makes sense. There's probably not a lot of people doing their amateur ham radio at 3:07 in the afternoon on a Monday. So that definitely does make sense, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to go and just continue switching it around. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and move on to bandwidth number 4. Oh, there we go. Something again. Nothing. Alright. Well, I've definitely tuned into a bunch of radio stations before, but honestly, I really do need to do more research on shortwave radios and everything like that to really figure out, okay, what are some of the radio stations that I can actually tune into and everything like that kind of thing. I probably should have done that before the video, but I am glad I was able to tune into some local news, that is for sure. I don't even know what that was. I don't even think that was local news I could have planned. So I think that was just like some show or something like that that's broadcast on AM radio, but I really have no clue. Let's go ahead and just try this again though. And I can also switch it though. The one thing I forgot to mention is all of these buttons right here and everything like that. So we have receive, and then we just have standby. So if I flip this down, it'll stay on, but it won't say anything or anything like that kind of thing. And then I can switch this to be speaker or headphones. And I don't know what this is. I really have no clue. CW and just M. I don't know what the other letter here was. I really have no clue. I got to plan stuff. But either way, let's just go ahead and continue messing around with it just a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? It certainly is just fun messing around with it and just searching for, I think I found a channel. It certainly is just fun messing around with it though, and just trying to find a channel that is for sure, you know what I'm saying? It's just fun to play around with, that's for sure. Nothing. This is fun to play around with. I am enjoying myself. I certainly hope you guys are enjoying the video as well. I certainly am struggling to find a channel right now that is for sure, you know what I'm saying? But let's just go ahead and let's just go ahead and mess around with this just a little bit more. I'm just going to go and flip it up all the way to the top. Just like that. There we go. I got some static. Let's see if I can tune that static out. There's something right there. Well, got a little bit of a chirp right there. There we go. Oh. It's all just static. Static. I definitely think this may need to be restored, that is for sure, you know what I'm saying? I definitely do think this may need to be restored, but it certainly is what it is, that is for sure. I still enjoy messing around with it and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? That is not coming through clear at all. I do not know what this is supposed to be, but it's definitely not coming through clear at all. But just go ahead and continue messing around with it just a little bit, see if I can get it to come through any clearer. I have no clue. That is not coming through clear at all. I gotta apply stuff. That is not coming through clear at all. But it's still fun to mess with either way. I think I'm gonna go and move on from this one right here, because that is definitely not working. Lots of static. All the way down. Let's just go ahead and try this. mess around. So I'm just gonna go ahead and actually try, because the previous owner marked some areas on this radio right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it to that right there. Just go ahead and put it exactly to that. And let's just see if I can go ahead and find what that radio is. Because I've done this before. I've done that before where I just put it right on the mark and then I just mess with the kind of thing and it works. I'm actually gonna turn it down as well just a little bit. Nothing so far, nothing so far. All right, let's go and try this again. So I guess this must have been the previous owner's favorite radio stations, you know what I'm saying? Not seeing nothing. Not seeing nothing. All right, let's go and try a different one. So I'm just gonna try the one that is right here. And maybe I'm using the wrong bandwidth. So let's actually go and just turn that back up right like that. And let's just go ahead and mess around with it just a little bit more. I might be using the wrong bandwidth. I'm not exactly sure. As said, I really don't know much about these radios, but it is still fun to use either way, you know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Just turn it down just a little bit more. There we go. And let's just go ahead and switch it over to number 2. And let's just go all the way down again. Nothing yet. Nothing. Let's go and try that again. I'm thinking I'm not getting anything from this radio station. What do y'all think? I'm thinking I'm not getting anything from this radio station. Although I say that, and I might get something from this radio station now that I've jinxed myself, you know what I'm saying? It certainly wouldn't be bad, that is for sure. But now that I've also said that, I've now unjinxed myself, so I'm definitely not going to hear anything, you know what I'm saying? But I think let's go ahead, put the bandwidth back on number 4, and let's just go ahead and just try it real quick. Do it like that, you know what I'm saying? Do it like that. Spin it around, nothing going on at the moment. All right, let's go ahead and take it all the way down here. There we go. Let's just put it on 78, which I think is about where he had it. And let's go ahead and just mess with this. I think definitely it would be a lot clearer if my radio worked properly. I can hear some stuff somewhat clearly. For all I know, this is just how it is. But I'm thinking I definitely might need to restore some parts of this radio. From what I know, this is completely unrestored and everything like that. But it is still fun to use either way, you know what I'm saying? Just went silent. It's completely on. Weird. I guess I must have hit something right there, but I don't think they're broadcasting right now. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and just mess around a little bit more. I'm just going to go and take it down to 70. I'm just going to go and take it down to 16 right there. Oh, no, it was 18, not 76. What am I saying? Let's go and take it down to right there. Nothing. I'm going to try to find that radio station I found earlier, but I honestly do not remember where it was. Let's try this line right here. There's another line right there. That's a little bit harder to spot. Let's go and try this one as well. Nothing so far. Nothing so far. Nothing since like the first couple minutes of the video. That certainly is very, very interesting. That is for sure, you know what I'm saying? That certainly is very, very interesting. Well, I certainly am enjoying using this. I think I'm just going to mess around with it for a couple more minutes. See if I can find at least one more radio station. I want to find just one more. I'm going to play it. So I just want to find one more. And after that, I'm going to go and end the video right now. But I will admit, I certainly am having a lot of fun just messing around with my shortwave radio from 1953 to 1955 and everything like that kind of thing. It's just fun messing around with, and I certainly hope you guys are having fun watching me struggle to find a radio station. But let's just go ahead and continue searching just for the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm on bandwidth number 4, and I am on, what is that? I'm on number 18 or something like that kind of thing. And the volume is all the way up. I'm just going to go and take it all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to shove this on 70 right here. And I'm just going to slowly go all the way through, just like that. And see if I can find anything. I think I found something, but it's very staticky. I heard static. I think there's something there, but I don't think my radio's picking it up. There we go. It's very, there's voices, but it's very, very low. I have no clue. Let's see if I can make that any clearer. I don't think there's any making that any more clear or anything like that kind of thing. Let's take it back down to 70. Oh, there we go. Ooh, it went away. It is like, they are like whispering kind of thing. They're whispering through the microphones. I cannot hear anything. They must be wanting you to use headphones and stuff like that kind of thing. I don't know if I'd want to use headphones with all the static that's coming through this I get to play on stuff. But either way, I found one more radio station. Let's go ahead and try to find one more I get to play on stuff. So let's go and just try that. So one more radio station. Let's just switch it up to where this line is right there on 24, you know what I'm saying? And let's just go ahead and mess around with this once again. Nope, that's not very friendly. There you go. Found it. I found it. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking it's a good piece of machinery. It still works after almost 70 years, but it definitely needs to be restored. I think it definitely needs to be restored. That popping and everything like that, apparently that is an issue that these have, but you can fix it kind of thing. So that is definitely something I'm going to have to look at doing in the future, that is for sure. But right now I don't have the mechanical know-how to do that. But I'm just going to go and see if I can make this any better or any more clear or anything like that kind of thing. It definitely does not work like an AM, FM radio in a modern car, that is for sure. Definitely not as clear, but still pretty fun to mess with nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Overall though, yeah, it's been fun to mess with. I do think without further ado though, I think that's all I want to mess with it and everything like that kind of thing. I don't really think I'm going to find any more channels or anything like that kind of thing which are super clear where we can... Oh, okay. I just turned it off real quick. I just went ahead and turned it off. Well, I think I'm all done messing with my shortwave radio from 1953, though. It certainly has been a lot of fun messing with it and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? And I really have enjoyed, well, just messing around with it and just playing with it and just talking to you guys about it and everything like that kind of thing. As said, this is a Hallicrafters S-38C. From 1953 to 1955, it has 5 tubes. Don't know what that means, but it means something, you know what I'm saying? And generally, this is apparently considered to be a pretty good shortwave radio, a pretty good shortwave, pretty good beginner shortwave radio and everything like that kind of thing. So I certainly can't complain. Just got to do some repairs to it and everything like that, or maybe actually find out some radio channels that will actually show up loud and clear. That's my own fault, though, not the radios, that is for sure. But overall, though, it's just been a lot of fun messing with and talking to you guys about and everything like that kind of thing. And I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching me, well, just mess around with it and just talk to you guys about it, you know what I'm saying? And if you guys have enjoyed just watching me mess around with it and talk about my shortwave radio from, well, 1953, you know what I'm saying? Of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, my second channel, all in the description down below, you know what I'm saying? Go check it all out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching my video on my shortwave radio from 1953. Until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?